Tell us what your role is in the process, each of you.
Oh, you go
Yeah.
first.
Oh, well, I'm the network.
Yes.
So
So when do you see it?
I actually see it quite many stages as it goes along. I usually get a first draft, and then as they rewrite it, they send me pages all the time, keeping me up to date. So it's really not that much of a surprise. And I see an animatic, and then new scenes get put in. So, as we get closer to airing, we'll get like a tape every night that's sort of updated. And so
Sometimes a tape every few hours.
every few. Sometimes, I get one at 4, and then another one at 7, and another one at 9 o'clock. But we pretty much stay in the loop up until the end. And sometimes they literally have described the ending to me over the phone because we don't get to see it because it just goes out. They're up all night.
Yeah, you can thank Debbie for a lot of the show because she keeps the network kind of off our back, which is nice, which is why the show's good, I think.
Thank you, Debbie. And tell us what your role is.
Well, I'm kind of always the bearer of bad news. Like Matt and Trey see me coming, and they're like, "What does she want now?" I'm sure. I interface with the network, Debbie, a lot, and standards and practices, which we never had until South Park. The network didn't have a standards and practice person until South Park, so we inherited this really lovely woman in New York who tells us what we can't do, and
then we tell her why we can actually
and then
do it.
and then I tell Matt and Trey, and they say, no, this is why we can, and we argue about it for a while, and Debbie steps in, and we usually, well, you see, we get mostly everything we want to do on the air. I tried to keep Matt and Trey on track and get all those shows done early for the first 3 years, and then I finally threw up my hands and said, okay, you want to do it this way? That's what we'll do. So that's my job, I guess.
Frank and Eric.
Yes, I kind of follow the script along from the beginning when Matt and Trey hand it off, and work with each department to make sure that we're staying on schedule and meeting our time schedule, and working it through the departments, working with the department heads, working closely with Matt and Trey, making sure they've got everything they need, and getting it to air.
Yeah,
Frank's like the nuts and bolts guy.
When we know we want to change 5 minutes of the show the day before, Frank's the one we got to tell.
Frank's the one we have to ask because he'll know, can we do this? Can this physically get done if we want to do this? And he'll say yes or no.